comment.
I say knight too. This guy carry knight from here. From here. So collect this bishop.
I said this guy. Collect bishop. I said knight. You're supposed to say collect bishop. I said no. You won't go to a guy who's super attack for here.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the chess guy, and in this video I'm going to be showing you one of the widest team chess variants you will ever see. It's called the Mindblind Chess, and it's pure madness. Here's how it works. Two players team up against another duo, but here's the twist. One teammate is the brain and the other is the hands. The brain is usually the highest rated player, and they can only say the name of the piece to move. For example, the knight, the bishop, the pawn, the queen. Then the other teammate, which is usually a beginner, has to move that piece however they think it's best, even if it's a complete blunder. So the game is fast, it's funny, it's frustrating, but most of all, it's fantastic for chess friends. This is your chess guy. Please like and follow if you enjoyed this video and want more of this. Let's go. Okay, now this opening from white is the Vienna Gambit, and where you give up a pawn, but in this case black did not accept it. Instead brought the knight out to defend the pawn, and after white took back with the knight. Now you can see with the evaluation bar that white has an advantage. White has the opening advantage. This is because white pawns are going to control the center, and they are going to gain a tempo attacking the knight. So if this knight moves back, the other pawn attacks the knight, and it's just tempo for white. And the thing is, it's not easy now for black to develop. It's not easy for black to do anything. So black is still just defending, moving the knights back and forth. The knights will make a couple moves now. Knight has just gone from the initial square. Now this black knight has no safe square. He has to go back to the opening square, right? So this is just leading development for white. White can now start bringing out pieces. The pawns control the center, and so this is just opening advantage for white. And yeah, that's what we have now. White has full control of the center. White has easy development. Knight to f3, bishop out. Just simple development for white. But for black is not so easy. The only piece that can move is basically the queen, the bishop, and this just black is just locked. It doesn't really have any good moves, so you can see why the buys are high for white. And this is a blunder. Nice. This is because now the black can give a check. Black can give a check on h4 and is going to win the pawn on d4. So white, when Martin said pawn, I guess he meant the pawn on the g file, so to stop against the check. But in this case, now he defends. Now he brings the knight out to defend. But black last move was just a bad move, because just bringing the knight to block the queen from giving the check was just a bad move. But I get his point. He wants to reroute the knight and get into the game. So, but here we go. Black pushes the pawn to try to break free, and develop his pieces. And you know, basically in this variant, what you want to do as a high rated player, you don't want to go into tactics that your teammate cannot follow up with. So you want to find easy moves where it's clear what to do, right? So basically when you're looking at some of their moves and you're saying, why did they make this move, why did they do this and inaccuracy, they are thinking like what moves is easy for their teammates to follow. They are looking for simple plans, not going into complex variation and all that. So here we have the knight out. Don't take too much focus on the on the analysis that knight there is given an inaccuracy. It's a normal move, and it still has to. It's a normal move, bringing the knight out. The bishop can still come out, so it's just like opening every. And this is also normal move. Just protect everything. Everything is just safe, and so. Yeah. And in this position now, you can see there are three things attacking on d4, and this is a blunder, a complete blunder. Now, what the knight should have done when Destiny said knight, he expected the knight to take the bishop, and you can see by his expression he's shocked. He's shook because that's a crazy move. He didn't even take the knight back. He didn't take the bishop. Instead, he just blundered the knight. So Destiny was like, "What's that? What's that?" But it happens. So here you can see white is just completely white is just up a piece. White is completely up a piece, up a knight. So white is clearly winning here. It's now time to start converting, start making your advantage felt, your extra piece felt. So yeah, he attacks the knight, but it's just a desperate move. But he's still trying to castle, so attack the knight, castle, develop your bishop. So they realize they are losing now because you're just down a piece, and it's just going to be tough. But in this type of 2v2 games, a lot can happen. You could be up material and shit happens. It's just because you and your teammate has to be on same wavelength. If there's any point where you guys are just not flowing, and there's going to be points like that where you guys are not on same wavelength. So let's just see. Let's go.
Bishop.
Okay. Now you're seeing both sides trying to just. White is now trying to push this is the thing with castling opposite sides. So they are going to attack you on different sides, and this is why if you want to do something like that, you must have learnt it. You must have, okay, I know how to do this. So now what is happening here, since they have castled opposite sides, each side is going to be pushing, going to try attack the king first. Who can attack each other's king first? So you have to have knowledge about opposite sides castling if you want to go into that line, because it's very risky. Yeah, it's very risky. Most opposite sides castling games end with there's a win in most of those games, because it's a risky game. It's a risky game if you are opposite side castling. It's why it's just safer to just castle same place if you are not ready for any risky game. But if you are willing to take risk, yeah. And you can see black pushes the pawn, trying to just force an attack on the white king. And you can see white is still up the ninth, but it's not easy to go about moves, especially when you are not the one playing it. You can't just, what's your mind might not be, your opponent might not play that, so you have to be careful and look for simple, clear paths. So it's really not easy. And you can see white is playing this very well. White's their partnership is going very well right now. And yeah, it goes for a trade. And yeah, we have this. And for white, if white can just trade off all the pieces, they will just be up a piece. So it's in white's benefits to trade everything. So white trades, and here we have equal trade. So what we just have to do here is to take the bishop, take the knight, and we'll just try trading other materials, trade other pieces off. And if we can just get to an end game where we're up material, yeah, it's over. You just clearly win that. Now in this case, white just said knight, but the Jeffrey is kind of looking for the best knight move, not really knowing which knight move.
Bishop.
And that is not the move Martins had in mind. In Martins' mind, Martins wanted knight to take the bishop, but instead Jeffrey went for something a little tricky. I'm not quite sure what he saw there, but that is not a good move. I guess he missed bishop takes rook. I guess he missed that because he was just going to attack another rook and felt okay, if the bishop moves away I just win that rook and stuff like. I guess he didn't see his hanging rook, so it happens. And then now the engine is saying attack the queen, but engine saying you should have attacked the queen instead of taking the rook, but that was white's plan initially. So going back is going for something else is not so easy. Now you can see everybody's shocked by that crazy, like what just happened. Like white was just completely winning and just gave up a rook for nothing, and now most likely the knight is trapped. The knight can't even come out, so the position, the engine still says is winning for white, but it's not clear how white is still winning. It's not clear. So in this position I was just like, yo, what's happening? Now white knight jumps up to attack the queen. Not currently, white is still up material, right? White is still up a knight, but that knight will be taken. So if the knight is taken, it's not equal material, so it's not like white should be losing. But you can see white has completely lost all the advantage they had, and so in fact they are now trying to fight for their lives here. Now they're trying to fight for their lives because white is about to enter the position. White in this position, if white does nothing, bishop takes on a3. If the pawn takes, queen goes to the back rank a1 and wins the rook. In fact, that's straight up checkmate. Not even winning the rook, that's straight up checkmate. So there's the idea in the air. Bishop can take the pawn on a3 if the pawn takes back, but it's still risky if the pawn doesn't take, because now if queen takes on b2 is checkmate. But if the pawn takes back, queen goes to a1, that is mate, because the white queen is blocking the white king escape square. So that's just something in the air. But white plays attacking the bishop now. So okay, so the engine is suggesting completely going back, but this is also a fair move. This is a fair move. Now why the computer is suggesting going back completely, because now you allow white to push the pawn with a tempo, so that's why it's not that good a move. It's not that good a move, so it's a miss. You should just completely go back, because you allow white now gain tempo and create an attack on your king. And white gives up the knight for the bishop. Now that's not what Martins wanted. Martins said move the knight. To me, that is not a clear move, because there's not many good squares the knight can go to, right? I would have expected straight up saying pawn, and I felt Jeffrey would understand you have to attack the bishop, right? So here now when you say knight, it isn't really clear what to do. So I really wouldn't put that one on Jeffrey, but yeah, now white is just done. Black is completely in control. Like, it was in the balance, but now just completely in white's control, because that knight would have been powerful. Would have allowed pawn push and things should have should have been able to happen. But here we still have it. Black is winning because he's going to pick up some of these pawns, and white king is not safe, and it's now easy to attack. Pawn can start pushing on the king side, and it's just the attack is just going to be deadly if it starts coming, because now white does not have enough defenders. Pieces are equal, they have equal pieces and everything, but now black is going to get the king first. The white king is not safe at all. But you can see the black king just safe behind the pawns. The bishop protected it well, no backrank issues, and the rook is also there. Rook can get into the game and just start forming an attack on this king side, on this white king, and it soon just be game over. And that's why I just suggest black is completely winning. You can see Destiny feeling himself. He knows this position is winning for black. Okay, here we have Rook to h4. Now, what does this move do? Well, it's a good move. A last pawn push, and but not much can be done. I think it's a good move. I think it's actually a good move, because it just protects the pawn more. Yeah, exactly. Pawn push. And here you can see this is the advantage and disadvantage of castling opposite side. And now you can see each other are pushing. They are pushing each other to fight on this side. They are attacking each other's king, and is first who's going to get there first. And now black makes a mistake. Trading the queens is a bad move, because that has most of your advantage. That's most of your attack. You can attack white king because of that. Your strong queen, your queen was very strong, and if you had brought your rook into the game, your bishop, everything, you would have strong attack. But instead he traded queens, and black and white should have taken back with the king, taking the queen back with the king. The point is the bishop will be protecting the pawn on the c file, but instead he takes with the bishop. And now the bishop takes the pawn, but still the position is tight and they are both low on time, so let's see what happens. Now just know they are both low on time. They are below 1 minute, so it's really everybody trying to play fast. And now some trades happen, and now you can see count of pawns. Black is up pawns, but black is up some pawns, but it's still a tight position, because if you trade the white pawn on the black king side with one of the pawns, and you're still safe. Yeah, I still feel it's a draw, because 2 pawns against 1 is going to be tough to win. It's going to be tough to win. So, and the bar suggests it's a draw, and now black loses another pawn, and it's a clear draw at this point. It's just a clear draw. Now it's just a matter of who can push their pawn farthest. So you can see, okay, so you have some rook moves, trying to win some pawns.
Rook. Pawn.
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 King.
Pawn.
Pawn.
Yeah, and the game ended on time. Let me know if you enjoyed this content and if you want some more videos like this. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.